So, Daniel, just for the audience, can you introduce yourself, who you are, and what your company does?
I'm Daniel Sachs, co-founder and CEO of Landbase. And Landbase is an AI GTM platform that helps businesses find their next customer.
Amazing. And what the audience should know about you and your organization?
So I grew up in a family business family in Niagara Falls, Canada, started in 1908 by my great-grandparents. And I graduated in 2009 at the height of the Great Recession. And after 100 years in business, my family's furniture store had to shut down. And that was the fate of many other businesses in that era, where businesses on Main Street were closing and the future of entrepreneurship looked bleak. And I visited San Francisco and learned about cloud in the early days. These were applications in their infancy, like a Box or Dropbox or DocuSign or EcoSign or Shopify, and realized that if these applications could be known around the world, then businesses would be able to have access to technology that would allow them to compete and stay in business. So I co-founded AppDirect, which is now the largest commerce platform for selling technology, in 2009, which helps businesses find, buy, and sell cloud applications and services. And we're now over 1,000-person organization. We do over 3 billion in gross merchandise value annually per year, selling services ranging from CrowdStrike to Microsoft 365, AWS, and others. And that was an incredible journey. And when the shift to agentic AI emerged, I realized that the next way to help businesses is really helping them find their own customers. So co-founded Landbase to help businesses find their next customer.
Amazing. That's wonderful tool, actually. Good. And where people can find more details about this part?
So you can go to landbase.com to learn more about Landbase. What's unique about Landbase is it's the first Vibe AI company for go-to-market. So if you've been following a lot of the advancements in AI, one of the hottest categories is Vibe coding. And the term was coined last year by the co-founder of OpenAI, Andre Karpathy. And Vibe coding really speaks to the democratization of coding through natural language. So someone who wasn't previously an engineer could describe what they want to build, and tools like Lovable, Cursor, Replit, Windsurf, and others can showcase that you can build these tools in natural language. And my view is that the biggest impact AI applications that are going to emerge in different verticals and geographies are going to emulate that experience of being able to interact with AI in natural language and see things being built. Just like ChatGPT, you can interact with it in natural language and generate text, or the Vibe coding companies for engineering. I think that the next big business opportunities are going to be emulating these Vibe AI, I call it, experiences. And Landbase is doing that for go-to-market. So for businesses who want to find and target their next customer and reach out to them in an omni-channel way, you can come to landbase.com, describe who you are, who you want to sell to, and what channels you want to sell through, and Landbase can configure campaigns for you. We have the database of individuals and businesses all around the world, over 600 million contacts, 22 million businesses, and we can use natural language to identify a target list of customers you want to go after, and then identify the optimal way to reach out to them.
Amazing. And your tool, can you tell me more, like, for example, what is this for? Like, what category of the people? Do they have to be like a startup? They have maybe problems with go to the markets? Or who exactly are these type of customers that you are looking for?
So our target customers are often businesses that sell to other businesses and want to be able to scale through outbound and inbound motions. So this would range from everyone from a medical device seller to an insurance broker to an agency to startups and scale-ups. And the kind of primary challenge that they want to solve is identifying who to go after and then actually executing the outreach. And today, what I found is that either businesses have to spend an extensive amount of money stitching together many different tools in order to execute a campaign, or they need to outsource it to an agency or hire expensive people. So we come with the value prop of being faster, cheaper, and better than any alternative to be able to identify and go reach your target customers.
Amazing. I think there are a lot of companies that they have great products, they have great services, but they don't know who they are selling to. Like they don't know exactly, but very, very specific. They are just like they have an idea. I'm selling this service, but who they are. And I think that's a great tool. Congrats for that.
Thanks. And yeah, even in my journey of starting, two large venture companies, one of the biggest pain points is finding that initial customer and figuring out who to target, to your point. And having data at your forefront to be able to experiment is really the fastest way to iterate. So for example, with AppDirect, my first business, we knew that businesses are going to buy cloud, but we weren't sure who they would buy them through. And we realized in the early days that businesses already trust their telecom provider for internet, and they could offer them other value-added services like cloud and technology. So we reached out or got introduced to many large telecoms, and that became the first big pull in our product market fit. And we were able to sign up most of the global telecoms, whether that be Bell Canada, Deutsche Telekom, AT&T, Comcast, and power their cloud marketplaces. And it was very difficult to figure out that telco was the right vertical, and then B, figure out who at the companies to reach out to. And a lot of the ability to do that was just old school cold outreach via email or phone call. But as things have gotten more sophisticated, Landbase allows you to hyper target people through relevant signals, through really unique data points to be able to get your message seen and heard.
Amazing. That's wonderful. And if people want to find out more information about the price of something, do they have to schedule a call, or is there any price, standard price?
We have both a sales-led motion and a product-led motion. So if you go to landbase.com, you can run campaigns for free, and then either put in your credit card and grow, or you can sign up to our sales-led motion through talking to a rep.
Okay, wonderful. Congrats for that, Daniel.
Thanks.
Daniel, how do you see the future of the market? Where do you think can be some trends, future trends, especially now, as you mentioned, with Lovable.dev? I saw that this is the fastest company in the world at the moment, even faster than ChatGPT, OpenAI. How do you see the future of the market?
So as I mentioned, I think that AI obviously is one of the most transformative technologies in our era. If you think about the evolution of B2B technology, there was on-prem to cloud, which created a lot of opportunity, and I was grateful to be a part of that growth in the early SaaS era in 2009. And now with agentic AI specifically, I think that's the capability in AI that can take things to the next level by actually doing work for you. So we have a philosophy at Landbase where you should no longer work for your software, but your software should work for you. And that's really the promise of agentic AI. And you gave the example of Lovable, a vibe coding company, which is the fastest growing company to reach 100 million ARR, and they did so in 8 months. That would have previously been unprecedented in the past era. But a lot of the reason is that they were able to unlock agentic AI in a way that you can chat with it and it can do the work for you. And that creates such a magical experience that drove that growth. And as I mentioned, I believe like every category will have a Vibe AI experience where you can go to the homepage of a website and explain what you want, and it can execute that. Early examples include the vibe coding companies like Lovable, but also the video generation or image generation companies like a Midjourney, where you can explain what you want in natural language and it can create a picture. Search like Perplexity, where you can explain and it can find what you want in deep research. But I think in any category, there'll be specialized businesses that will have unique data and be able to guide you through these experiences. With Landbase, really our approach is that we're the first AI model built for go-to-market. And just like there's large language models that can understand natural language, Landbase's model, GTM1 Omni, understands performance data based on contacts or buyers and sellers. So we've trained our model, GTM1 Omni, with hundreds of millions of contacts, tens of millions of businesses, signals, triggers, and then real performance data of actual campaigns across email, LinkedIn, and other campaigns. So Landbase's models can help predict and execute the customers you can target and the channels you can go across to be able to help you grow your business.
Amazing. So this can be also similar to like clay.com, if it makes sense, because
Yeah,
clay
so
is within enrichment.
yeah, one thing that is really great about Clay is that if you hire a GTM engineer, you can allow Clay in a table format to integrate many different data sources.
Yeah.
And what I found for companies that are larger or more tech oriented, there's definitely the potential to leverage Clay in order to fine tune your database and your experiences. What Landbase's approach was how do we train an AI model where you can trigger this in natural language and it requires far less technical sophistication to deploy. So just like in the past, if you wanted to engineer something from scratch, you'd need to have an IDE and there was a technical barrier to doing so. Then with Lovable, it came out and you can do it in natural language. I see it very similar, where in order to orchestrate Clay, you need a lot of sophistication, not just with the people who are going to orchestrate Clay, but you need to deploy many other tools that only GTM experts can really deploy. And our view is we want to democratize this so anyone can use digital demand generation strategies in natural language.
Amazing. So you are just simplify the process like Lovable. You don't need
Exactly.
codes or developers or line of codes. You can simply just write down exactly what you need and you can get it. And I
Yeah,
think you
what Lovable did for engineering instead of needing to go to an IDE or command line is very similar to what Landbase is doing vis-a-vis the traditional approach.
amazing. Do you have investors at the company at the moment?
Yep, so we've recently announced our Series A financing of $30 million in addition to our seed round of 12.5. Our investors include some of the best investors in the world, like Kevin Hartz from A-Star Capital, Joe Lonsdale, co-founder of Palantir and head of APC. We also recently had Ashton Kutcher with Sound Ventures join the funding round, and other global investors like Picus and Inovia. So really grateful to have the best investors at the table supporting us.
Amazing. Congrats for that. Daniel, what are you doing on daily basis, like at the moment? Since you have investors, since your tool is an amazing tool now for the market, what are you doing on daily basis at the moment?
So my daily habits definitely include using Landbase to find customers. So we're practicing what we preach. Spend a lot of time on our products and technologies, specifically benchmarking Vibe AI companies and identifying ways to improve our system prompts and our models to get better accuracy. And I also always focus on my own health and optimization. So get in the gym or do something outside in nature to stay sharp and spend time with family.
Amazing, congrats. What are your goals for the next 6 months, for the next 12 months, and 36 months?
So in the short term, we've built out very quickly a really fast base of incredible customers. We have over 150 customers using our sales-led motion. We're also recently introduced the PLG motion. So a lot of our goal in the next 6 months is to be able to drive more adoption to our PLG experience by allowing people to go to landbase.com and Vibe go to market there to find their next customer. So that's my primary goal in the next 6 months. In terms of the next 18 to 36 months, I think the world is moving at such a rapid pace, it's really hard to predict where things are going to be. I always believe in building companies with category leadership, and really our view of what Landbase can be is the autonomous go-to-market platform where we can have the global knowledge of what campaigns will perform best with what companies, and therefore we should be able to be faster, cheaper, and better at optimizing campaigns than anyone, and allow humans to be able to prompt in natural language, so have full agency over the campaigns that they run. But we think we can be the destination for people to execute sales and marketing campaigns.
Amazing, amazing. If you will have like a magic wand, like Harry Potter, to have a wish, what that wish will be in order to solve a problem within the company at the moment?
I think that the model companies have given us a lot of magic wands, especially in recent months. So obviously the ChatGPT moment itself produced the potential to create magical experiences. But recently I've been given gifts from Perplexity Comet with the ability to execute deep research and browser-based search, with the vibe coding companies being able to now write most of our code using AI. With things like ChatGPT Agent being able to orchestrate elements, and with MCP the ability to create extensions to the product where people can easily integrate to you and you can integrate to them. So to be honest, I think that in the history of technology and humanity, there have never been so many gifts as been given in the last few months. But it's actually very difficult to adopt these gifts in a way that the customers can get a ton of benefit. So I believe that even with the current, contribution from the model companies, there's endless opportunity for businesses at the application layer to innovate and solve business problems. So I'm continuing to just be in awe of the insane enablement and innovation and infrastructure that's coming out.
Amazing. And the last part is that if you will have any message to the audience, what that message will be.
If you want to find your next customer and grow, come to landbase.com, and we can set you up with a target list of people to reach out to, along with their contact information, and help you with the ideal message across channel. The other thing is just, if for entrepreneurs out there that are listening to this, I believe we've never been at a more exciting time to build and innovate. At the same time, competition is hard and you have to move fast, so it's all about velocity. So always looking to learn from other founders in what they're building, and really appreciate the time, Vlad. This is super exciting.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Daniel, for the time and for the podcast. Really helpful with all the insights. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Take care, Vlad.
Love what they do. Bye-bye.